bia nso amotie ana sama join group yi ye de yamentie e ma mo tituru aso akendifo nyame ma ende me pese quickly no ye hwe adesua sononko bi yatu din agenda 2030 in fact ye kan agenda wiase e won hyehye mu de gu akwan so mo pese mu gina so na mo de bo wiase ho ban ayo sam na adesua no mu ni say nyame odoye no wama ye enuoma ebesisi na enije samba akone say scientists omode mu mfidi ehwe wie ma mu sampa bibi eba besi eba betu wiase but omo nim say eye nyame anidin sam na aka into all the report amode mo wiase nimdifo no omo so prana so betumi abo wiase ho ban ono na omo atudin say aya agenda bia mo hyehye gu ho amopasam de bo wiase ho ban na nka mo agenda 2020 but because of the COVID-19 no any Great Britain a train who fee wiase nkabom na American so train ho no na wiase to me achieve no goal without the Britain and America in term COVID-19 no eba shout to mo plans hina down nti afi after 2021 no omo to am meetings ono na me pese yehwe mo tribo pon eya adwen papa ompasa mo de bo wiase ho ban eya menne wo ye ho donti na wiase ni the four scientists political powers omo hina prase tebia epubuso ewiebo snow neto insuta kuma be na efa nkuru ene ice block part of the world melted ene lava sa ho me kan lava endre ye yim se be potumi pai na enane sa nyoma no mpasa mo bo ho banti omo atudi se for now no omo wo by 2030 esa mutumi na mo ye nhyehyɛ papa bi a ebema asomdwe aba wo sa nyoma ne hina mo wiem nsakai no ebe blase enti me pese yi twendwane na yehwe but we shouldn't forget ourselves say David okabibi was Psalm 39 verse 4 or say the Lord make me to know my end mami hu me wie yi said e be ya me hu ne said ya menna enkwansusu yete na menyanyansa akoma enti eye sampai bo we na me bompai sanka ese Christopher for now ye bobi because Psalm 90 verse 12 David the same bompai bio so teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom say ade nempa hu non kwanda akakane a otumi de nyansa ebo ne bra sa wadwen o se wiase ye ba be kyerebo enya de obewu wiase ne da hwa kwa ono ansa woni ne mu a obebo obra ene de wo yo bibia wo mfa wo plane but David say ewrade boa me mami hu ne menna na manyanyansa koma me de in fact adesua we a me no esua no botai ba kope ena me mpai bo ba kopa de bia me bo serwade and say nyame na yeso no ye nyame and abenfo nhwehwe mu kire say God has revealed what is to take place in the last days so hwe ndo adesua no a na chese nyame enyama ba besisi bia wadenedi dada that his people may be prepared to stand. Said the beya na ma ehunu de ba o metumi ya hosisi. Oni tinyame enye timodenfo. So ma na ma ye hunu de wiase eko. I'm proud of nyame because de besi bia nyame aka ho asam just say na mba na nkasabu yeni egoso. Because de esisi no odi nyame bufo eba. Oni ti said the betumi ya hosisi na yakogina amewurade ene ha obia. Or twice so can say, I'm quoting this from Spot of Prophecy. Or see those who have been warned of the event before them are not sit in quiet expectation of the coming storm. Said the Baya, or more yamia chromo or how about 2 years here. I do ya see a quene or once now. And Tina Jim said, I'm Rabibiansi. Memum or more to me, I am see. At the Aquashi ready. And it's yes, say we. Yamia de nyina di awo kyerɛ konkron mo ani ntiankopɔn tiri mo pɔne sɛ na ma no yebetumi esua de Awurade aka na yehu sɛ nyame ɔyɛ no kwafo na waka na ebem ɔne ntina ndra yesua the final sign about Joel chapter 2, 30-31. Or can say nyame say mama nsɛnkyerɛnne osoro ane asase, the pillars of smoke, the sun and the moon. The sun will turn into blood, darkness, and the moon into blood. Before, nti yesumbrano, enyome miene si yeshum aye two particular bulb. Anyame boni wiase mfiti ase. In the beginning, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light, and God divided the light. And nti sa bulbs mienu, or how ba ho pe? Let's just say wiase drusum. Wiase ba be say. On it na one senchana ndra ye hwe no. Ye hu senchana wa abodie mu. And ye hu senchana so eye nempa ne nempa ho nketawodie. De ebesisi e wa nempa setena mu na ntokwa ne mofoma soden abrabo bia ansa no ya me say eye awo konfiti ase. Ban senchana besi abodie mu no e draw attention. Ntinda no ye ba behwe agenda wiase aprana fa ho. Nti adenkwa Yesu repeat. There will be a sun in the sun, in the moon, and the stars. Na ebasa 26 ne say, edi hu beto nampaso. Na enyoma ye ni da kwan se eba, ye ni da de kwan. There was scientists on betumi aye hwehweme hu enyoma esisi nso beto ewie ebebo we bedwiri enyoma ne ni da kwan no ebe me hu atanampaso. But enyim ka Nyankopon se me ne wo aye Kristofo na ye nim se nyame na aka e na ebe mu no. And say who be a because who for and heaven. But right there no, say prompt ye. Ama ye huni say ampa ye benfie. And men pai bossy and maybe boy ama yati as
fire comes on the heels of an excessive heat warning that is in effect right now and will stay active through the Labor Day weekend, not ending until Monday. It's just one of several extreme weather events impacting people around the world, from this oppressive heat to floods and wildfires.
The rate of heat
to floods and wildfires.
A bit small fire a digest bebre baba. Na sa heat no a bama asasi akwa hobi mo. Na sa how na wiase be kom no ono na wiase ni me for me scientists aye ho meeting say by 2030 on person mo yen tutue bi a ye be si ano. And we shouldn't forget ourselves. So mo na ye mo tutue ni yen de enim say yesu ma ye clue o ma warning o ma ye command say now see you sensenchani si ewia bosome na nsroma ene apomu a. Now when these things begin to happen, look up. And it's the only thing make you again say betumi ahwasoro na Yesu kano ye ma ye wura enko hye sim bebre ese ho kwa ye tumi abobra se aha ye mfiri ha ese eti ase se ne enti ye som yame because of one day asase we say a ye betumi akofie intabledu ese ye hwasoro. My name is
Simona Costanzo. I am a learning portfolio manager at the United Nations Systems Staff College at the Knowledge Center for Sustainable Development in Bonn, in Germany. So the 2030 Agenda is really the wider vision that member states have set out to reach situation of sustainable development. And the 2030 Agenda starts out with a strong chapter around what the vision and the principles are. And in this introductory part, you find the 5P. So it really talks about the wider principles, the why we need a different kind of thinking, why we need different partnerships, why we need to think differently about the ways to implement the agenda. And then the goals are essentially 17 specific areas.
Okay. In fact, so we share Mama ne kasemu we see our plans about 2030. On pese we are seeing na sane ye dwen sane ye be yentoto ye sane be nyome be gu akwan so a ebema agenda 2030 na abem. And but tell ye ba ko pe on pese we are see asomdwe ba na nimpe bi asetena koye se kasam to ye ba ko nyame som ama your some with the expecting one with government nyame ba but me ne wa ye tie no mpese ya dwen be ye ho sentinei omo set 17 goals make 17 laws by 2015 and omo senti me person ye hwe wiase nim de fo omo adwen ene susun pa omo yama wiase asase we enti mo ma men speed kakra because ye bre
In the year 2015, the world agreed on the ambitious, inclusive, and universal sustainable development goals, making a commitment to leave no one behind.
It is so decided.
Mesramo Samutia or say 2015 and we are see any focus ya no more plan say on pasamo yen to tia yina beko benkro na yina ya yembra and she ya yina be follow na so ya ban to sha papa ne dia de abo pons no court na se dia asem you na say judge in the way of pons that means wawe until 2015 almost signing all this law said be ya omo jaman bia e wom say we de we Ghana ni we Cote d'Ivoire until we de won ka ho and na me ne wo kese omanpan e wo meeting we are see American the phone na me ne wo kese ya omo hia eye meeting ya me boy ebi because afibia omo come meeting no yenhwe yento aso na yenhwe yentie meeting no. And we shouldn't forget to say yes to see and shasro. Until more ye meeting and careful.
Just a few months later, we are already seeing those promises transform into first concrete steps for action. On 21st of April, presidents, prime ministers, and other high-levelers in New York for a high-level debate on achieving the SDGs, now that the goals and targets have been set.
We have no time to waste.
It's now time to turn this agreement into policies and action, into laws and budget lines.
Yamemba, so utia, almost so many bra some wasty.
Our collective
some done or more said disagreement to be war, a man in Temo, mutumi done into law. Sa Ghana and the European Union and United Nations or Monka, a breast somebody in that tongue, no more come together. Now, me tell more news, and no more plans, and I'm a my young Christo for. Because if we are say a plan, it is time for us. You need break a year wasted. You will bring as you turn disagreement into policy.
To the 17 Sustainable Development Goals is our most important defense in ensuring the benefits of our modernizing world are shared among all nations and among all people, and not just the privileged few.
And Semblana Moyano. Omo nya oma oman bi to say European Union na America omo ya me wiasa mani hina enti meeting bi omba kobia Ghana ban ka ho ma me wei a wo hwe ni oye Cote d'Ivoire that time no okogina e na oma statement bi ebre ni nti ose embra na wiase ade ba no samode enhye eka ho because when it come to Africa here no ye fambra here to say Europe ma me no atununum tio our meeting us in some didn't say be enforcement and I did nim and he say the world is not without a ruler. Yamema we are see and so the program of the coming event is in the hands of the Lord. The SCBA a kuradisem and yamena ka and a bim. And so once Nyamia cannot to me be in the hall about me, I say a break the radar can say or how basi a pumu, a we are boba to see ja and from a babo at Yenchen Besino, and Yaminaka. Nanyamen Sunin Sacrum, the majesty of heaven has the destiny of nations as well as the concerns of his own church. The majesty of heaven or yame tumfo no or maybe that chin ekweni nsem adani David kan say yame nsi dan no adense fo yakwa as we are see nyame na ni ku na soro ho enti mpese me hye nkonku bia wutie me yame ni ku ho se wutie na sam se wo pese wo don ho ma yame no yame na ni ku ho and this is bia nyame ba kura na maso abon ho ban na ma ho ban emfa ho na nyame na hye nkom se a hawo ne baba edano mo Elijah san come say a comba baba nyame efide Elia enti diesisi no a sign but nyame ba na bofo abona ma ho nsrobnation enti ma yensuro God's nyame nsa ena ekura de ekoni nyina mo. And according to Proverbs chapter 17 verse 19 verse 21 or say there are many plans in the man's heart, nevertheless the Lord's counsel that will stand. There are many plans. I will say, we are see enemy before, we are see a to before, we are see leaders, our plans, but they were there. And since 2015, I almost signed laws, no. say ade me nyebre abom meeting ba kom ye e wo 2021 leader e ka wiase nyina leader kan say since 2015 almost signed the law no ato ye ntem no sura na ekọ na mesere because nyame na aka omo nim say urade na aka enti na omo so presa mo yo ho brebi aya adwen pa but we shouldn't forget ourselves. Say Paul kan our 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 3 say bra ye better say we are say pra asomdwe na hoto no na say ne baba enti nyame na aka the only thing say yen hwesoro because the nyame aka no na egusu bem no and it just some say the world scientists any hu nimidi ame na wodie nyame paso de bibi say adwem na ye hu wiase na te be say yeruade na aka in fact me bom pai say me come nim fast na yetie a lot of news and I nyame kan how Psalm 33 verse 10 to 12 or say the Lord will bring the counsel of the nation to no effect. The Lord will bring the counsel of the nation to no effect. Nyame ba me wiase to me difo no omo ma po nyame sansan gay no samoye meeting bia na plans bia nyame wo power say ento ankozega mpoto yentie enti nation bia o me bia on for some man and sing me to me as no way. So bet me ayen shishe be nyame beka say why yen shishe nti wodie dabi unless the plans of the people of no effect. Nyame be make sure say he makes the plans of people of no effect. Nyame be make sure say all the plans amba plan no any effect into more agenda 2020 or more talk agenda 2030 nyame kan nyame say na me no kese or more jumpo agenda 2050. Omo de sa na omo ko na omo de sa yesu baba nso omo hu ba me ne wo ese me ya dwen se urade so and in tradition we me yemo anka me chechire ma because na me pe video bi menya because of my laptop no enya program last 2 weeks or say the counsel of the Lord stand forever the urade aka na ebegina da enti nyame ma ye mfa ye were en hye wiase tumidie mu hwe this ice block when they are designing yes na come and all the sa assassin tentemi or the say Europe so when am what than assassin I walk to me back on the way all this thing so and the scientists can say assassin melt and we have video by 20 years the support prophetic event of Christ obi on ye be share said the rate Sasasi we ebubu no na edina ama sasi we ejuri yami yam say ice block na enna no na epa kuto na epa no na epa no koso na ko we bupu ni ni enti sign any ename na emungu I mean my when you na koso line enti part of the land and melting me can some way so many years say the rate idea way air corner in Kowaka say good punyina a debby bar in Sobafa and no wonder in China and in Kwanka say Waka crack and Kwanka say good punina in Sutokumabi never. Why? Because Rita Adiana Kosono their agenda 2030 bet me I say Omo Chasaka ama bebia so mo fanye sea defense emma oman bia anya sika ketwa yenya de akanya mesam enti omo no omo yema fam de bia tu me na wo ye benya asomdwe but I want to show you yesu no na kan na ebem o se yen hwe soro enti kasa we mo fa ne serious na yesu kan say be according to the Matthew 24 almost science no or can verse 12 say and lawlessness will abound. And them say, because of the lawlessness will abound, the love of many will grow cold. What is the meaning? And them say, we are still drew a nija dear and then your mafunti, a bama na makraya do anoajo. And in the so-called Christian, we are saying, we are dressing, we are music, we are say those days, nanya mere suffering jina brane, but in the so-called Christians. The style we as for bonyomo, the same rhythm, the style we as for address the same thing. And I'm praying. say adesua we nkwa na wie for 2 weeks said that te wo ho because we yame ba and spot of prophecies chere mu say on say 13 kasa na so mo betumi agina no 12 ne kan mu yoba so man mpa no do but 13 say but mo betumi agina enti gina manyame it doesn't matter me wiase be ko bia fa ho mfrum because we yame ba and spot of prophecies say o chere mu ase o me de yellow bi ato or say the world is becoming more and more lawless. Soon, great troubles will arise among the nations, troubles that will not cease till Jesus comes. Or say, Sabonene ano baye densa de chadi same plan boni bebre e kosope. Or how bebe wiasia e be fa man bebre e how a etuntwa da kwesi say Yesu baba. Nti the rate at yanchem emini wiase no
ice wave in Minnesota rising up with such force. It's destroying everything in its path. And Sam, this is about these temperature changes, right?
Yeah, because on one side of the country, the West, we've got 80s, 90s, and 100s today. On part of the country, we've got these cold wind chills, 20s, 30s, and 40s. And because this cold air has been sitting right here around the Great Lakes, temperatures like this, that feel like this, the ice hasn't had a chance to melt. So that ice, now picked up by winds in this pattern, is blowing on shore, and that's a problem for the folks on shore. Our Ginger Z is in Lake Mille Lacs, Minnesota, to show you what a problem that is. Good morning, Ginger.
Sam, this is wild. Look behind me. What looks like heaps of snow is not. It's actually ice, shards of ice. This is what happened when the ice started attacking. Come with me into this boathouse. It punctured right through the walls and into this and a dozen other structures.
Yeah. Hello? Yamemba. The metro madwene say tibia na ekono enya de betumi eyi nyome bi ekoso akyere mo but ema we mfi asem we meka ne ndra say nyame am a strong warning. God has a purpose in permitting these calamities to occur. They are one of his means out of twinya abaso say
It's now my pleasure to invite His Excellency Mr. Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, to address the plenary.
Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, we are in trouble. We are in deep trouble with climate change. Climate change is running faster than we are, and we must catch up sooner rather than later before it is too late. For many people, regions, even countries, this is already a matter of life or death.
Yamemba, meet where omoye 2018. Omoye plans in 2015, 2018. We are say leader, United Nations Secretary, I can say we are in trouble. Now, how we are women in Yahobia say a climate change. When they talk about a climate change, they are referring to Luke 21. Yamese besa abodiemo. Climate change brofoka krakane how a besa abodiemo. Or see we are saying na how a climate change. Na saying 201 a life and death. In Kobe Bray and na Apple Fabi, na in so Fabi, ne wia ne so ne kubi. Sa enti mama yenti enti omo ye meetings after meetings but dano David kan Psalm 2 verse 1 and 2 or say why does the nation reign adintina aman no omo yan hyehyɛ bi and the people plot a vain thing adintina omo ye meetings ahoro a vain ye ka vain a meeting omo ye nsebe entasum although they are planning for you and I but David says there are some meeting bi o ha entasum. Or say, the kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against the anointed, saying, I didn't think we are sarcabom ye meeting. Na meeting a more David did who say, Emwa, why? Because si we are some man cabom e prane say, ye yen say ama epo, a ebu so jai, a we are ebo ya yen say bama ablasi. Say a hona no adwa or say it's against God because I mean a waka. I mean mpacho me da ho. Me ye pa said this we made be see here because we are say a plan to save this world, but ain't possible. Ain't possible. Mama yentie meeting us the omaka Ghana bank could be by
right now. We're facing a man-made disaster of global scale. Our greatest threat in thousands of years, climate change. If we don't take action, the collapse of our civilizations and the extinction of much of the natural world is on the horizon. The United Nations provides a unique platform that can unite the whole world. And as the Paris Agreement proved, together we can make real change happen.
Remember, what's your meeting as some more kind more serious? Or say, we are sacked at home. Now, how you could dominate your climate change, meaning that a we are about in so toss, snow, and ice block. Wait. Now, I say, you baby. Santi Paris Agreement referring to 2015. United Nations, a unique platform, unique plan. Say, I come back to me a boa. I must a hon yesiano. And say, a baby. We are seeing together. You bet me I'm a honor no see. Meaning that we are saying cabo me ya back. And don't forget yourself. A baby we are saying cabo me ya back. Nancy say no, etie nyame ya misane. Daniel 3, Genesis 11. Papa bi na adwen ba se yen kambom to save ourselves because ebetumi abese inso na say ye janom na bi beto. Into mo yemblawi, but God intervened by changing their languages. And Daniel 3 ayen kabom into say meet no mo yen or your plans some pese ye wiase nkwa whereby nso a nyame ne wiase ne de no o se yen hwe so into me sa quotation etumo where your spot of prophecy or say the world is not without a ruler. Wiase no enye amayosam for you nyame de. And the program of the coming event is in the hand of the Lord. If we see the SCCB the radism, and I want to show you be ye do but a rade na nyame but panama ho ban efi ha no mo e ho ne be betumi asi be a wo but nyame nsa na ekura ne mbamo nyame mame wie. I think that breko anyame na anyamo ayetibia wiase ne kono aninti miyemu a anka meyi all the plans or more planning but ebrena so I say ye twa so na ye fa ne da foforo nti me bompa ye say nyame beboy wiase na ye wrade dia na all the plans and nempa ba hye embem de wrade aka na ebegina nti
now the doomsday clock sits at 100 seconds
watch
to midnight.
I watch ni bi wa Ghana ye fa ne doomsday clock. Yamima, and so said they make sure we are say planning to save the world. Planning in me. More American Indian move sad that way. Our New York City. The day watch way at Teledino. Launch 2020 COVID-19 by normal launch dino. Now Crockway the Biabagana or Chiame Kwame and as see an Osha Ghana Dianoso Ghana Ben Yin is on Shasso because every meeting Ghana Ben Kobe. Now Crockway Momientia Diomokai. Because you are son and yan padia you radidia. And to Ghana, dear, the band of check a crabia seven in your by present Magana. Or me and the boss be.
The clock is ticking to save our planet from the growing threat of climate change. Its impact is visible across the world. And now an actual clock tells us exactly how much time we have to ourselves from this destruction. Take a look.
And so I must say, on why you watch we, and on what they are telling New York City, then Cassiabi. And on why in such a way, so much as some computer will be a woman to the rate. We are snake channel, the rate to young channel babano, no more so at the say we are see a quiet buffer to a save. That is the human plan. That is the human plan. But I heard somebody say, ye Christopher Noah, ye the nim, say rather not can, yen so ye near she should be a yeshamu, I don't know. Ye nima since be the show you who say bibi ba, but ye when ya mere some. Ye when ya mere someone, ama ye hunu we see baby edu. Ye when ya mere some. Momenti watching
7 years, 102 days, and 7 hours. This is the time we have to save the world, at least as per the newly installed climate clock in New York. Climate campaigners have unveiled this huge climate clock at New York's Union Square.
Yamima, I must say, almost 7 years. 7 something. No one but GVS. And so my climate clock, at the end time, my and watch the more share the rate we are seeing speed. Na nyame no doye no wasebo so nye bribi ent automatically nyame be fa ne mpa bi ewo within na safo no mo odi nim dia man ya be yi na yama asafo mane ho be bi yedu so that we can prepare nyame mama yentina sase we se beka se wiase ne de etianity no so because say yete se yesu ba na che na baba nka ba da bi ye won senchene bi atwa se bem as yesu ase but nyame kanya me twedi amposa me ne wo bri so ego so den nti ame tere mpane se ye behunu na yetumi akabom epaja nyame asam because edabe ba because of the loss na maye no wontumi nkasentia da ye becho ye besi the abrebi o hoye say ye sorry abrebi say me yawofo ye busuafo ye nkrom omo hu say no something is coming ewie na ebo no enye normal misano na ewie ebo but nei no ewie tumi bo Ghana. What is a weirbo? What is the meaning? That is the meaning. And so my member in Kakrana mean chasu because time no ason, but nyame de pena oye. It's a lot of meetings. Our more person would say we are say a agenda more seti. And don't forget, Yamia can say the Lord will bring the council of the nations to Nathan. Yame yomebia yame manan swa babia because all the plans our more plan or more meetings no how no so no yeding. At the child is bia it's watching me. We are still watch and Paul and Maya Futu and do this knowing the time that now is the high time to awake out of sleep. Paul as some can knowing the time of Romans chapter 13, you know. So what should share and once a child was spot of prophecy or say Yamik Paul Chasan for you way and to say Nempebia wood to coin now a full play parrot no. Our compacts our shum on baby would do no announcement. Now I would play no other sober tattoo belt and over trail say a babu muasi in titina ye or say sanity nyame a candy for no ye hobre ne massa for manu who say a bread essay sorry. Cause nyame my we are say ne say no embetium pofrumida. So I want to charge nyamemba no yet ye hobre no. Sorry, or said the night is fast spent and the day is at hand. Therefore, let us cast off the works of darkness. Abubia sumo, adibia ye beer, any me penko, me elder Charles me preachy, but me champana, me the Charles me preachy, but akayo be me the Charles me preachy. Next one to be our many of yen tungu because it was about heaven and chebia coffee and in yamia buffo. Our assassin some boy yamemba. Mpesa me disi ha because the akanowa. Emsa fina matchemu 2. Yamemba. Meno ka sei. Omwan na unsa asase wo su bi ena masase ase ba na nkan be ya chro. 2. Meno ka sei. Omwan na unso archaeologists, ya archaeologists omo hwe wiase ne tebia ene scientists omo research tre say ya wa man kase a senke America ka ho ensuro. What wana me bodi ensuro America ka ho. China ka ho Italy ka ho France Nigeria ka the next Ghana so sa or say gradually san kwani nyina senke because Japan no mira omo breda ade no wonsuom and gradually senke but me link to the prophecies and yawa nyame mu se ho start pe nkowa kaseba pai afanu mienza and say senke anya problem but nyame be de me twa adwene say Yes, asaso suna na masase ase de no mo so na African countries oni ti nyame mboa ye nyame nka ye ho na nyame na wahye ye bo so nye bribi just what they did no ni enti ame no ye sanyo me bom pai na me sere wade nyame ama hu ni medie se yenyin kira na ma because ene ye ka na ne mpa ne hwe ya ofisa ye no kore minim ebi yame beka se chena mento aso dia meto aso enna meke sei omo siden bi ye fa ne Noah's Ark or underground city our North Pole almost another underground city our America ebi a wote Americans wonwi nyame makwan ebe yi atro na ne nyina ye agenda 2030 plan no so mo say we ebo nto mo parking duane akosie amadachi se we ase crash ya all the political leaders in this kafa ko send the ground na mo sen aba na mo betena say mo sen dua na foforo can you imagine this dress maker se we ase nyansa nyame ne so enkwase se da metwe wadwene say me de masam ne besi ha yesu ba enche ye coffee and nti the condition of the world we are set bia no edu bebi a ontumi maye nempa eni jebio enti kroba kwa aka esa wo press obekom ay heaven cause asasi one day betwum one day bibia be kwa na wi ensuro de wade with all your heart somnyame abebi o ese akontwofo ye kabom kanyame asem this time nti yame nhyira se munsa sefu bi plan evangelism me bom pai de bi wade bua omo na ma yentumi sorry na yekeka ye ho ama yesu ba ye bran ye kwa and I'm praying say enyoma ye ka ho asem ebe bie ye adwini at least one ye be hu say ye nuane bonsam ase no first day ye hu bonsam ase nuane ye dinira number 2 asase ejinsemo 3 ewia the rate ebono anye normal and epo ebusu fa amaya yesu say when these things begin to happen look up for reshem yana say yesu bo bre se wo mfiri ha enti ne wo ye bia yo edwuma na wo kwa akọ school na wo kwa akọ but mo nya mesom nye se yesu pie nda obenya nkwaje me de yamenchie ma ankwanko bi etumi ba so Facebook, YouTube and whatever yamenchiro hina me pese me to ensafre English class no ene ankwanko bi a mutumi join ni wonya asafo ba but what kan yame ebusuo ho na me na wo bompaye nti bebi a wo bia bra ho asena ye mompaye yara wase yame a wo so ene de aya wo pene wadom ama de suin abaso wiase prane omo ye ntetue bi afi bi omo ye meeting so mbetumi agi wiase ba ye de enim se wonum asam na aka enti wo pese ye maye hu na etumi sorry mempai bo ne se wasam ntofom kwa enti asam atofom yi ye wie dwumadie e wo 2 weeks de ye hia already wonsem se kanya yen se ye den sesan yen na ma ye nkonkwan ho odin a ye betumi de abɔ ye bra na ma ye nyansa ye betumi de hu ye nkwanda akakane na yetumi atena se ama wo ba ye bre anye kwa so bi eka adesua hu na bɔno fone de na kodu tibie bia yame mba ne din eye fi nkomo mu a yesro ye ne mpa ye foma fa kyeye na san fi nsi wo wrade wonsem na gye ye ka wo mpa ma wo ba ye bran ye kwa awo Jesus Christ ne monti amen
amen
Amen.
amen amen
abusuafo sana ya katre evangelist.
Oh, Papa,
Nyame
this wonderful message. Thank you. God bless you.
Amen. Eda wase evangelist nyame nhyiraw ene de nyame wo so de ma oma na wo de ama oma no eno nti ede nyame ase wo kakra yi a wo de ama ye besre na secretary for no announcement bi ho na mo de ama ye
ke opani ma komeda spa jirifo ya mai nyina ho so as happy sabbath enso evangelist Charles Quaicoe nyankopon insure pa na watwe mu nyina message out there bre no you say eti na supermun so kokobon sema nyankopon na wo so kire nyina no de be ye adwumane abo afoforo so ekoko about say enche nyankopon baby jirifo ene ye number no so ekọ so kakra wom se nya twitwi kakra ahyase no so nyankopɔn penti dwumadie ne baa so enti yɛde nyankopɔn ase pa ɛwɔ hɔ no ebiemo ye English translation side no yɛwɔ 5 members wɔ hɔ a adan ne dan nyinaa motie ɛwɔ hɔ YouTube hɔ nso yɛnya 7 ana ɔmo so stream fa YouTube hɔ no ɛna yɛ Zoom ha no nso ebi ba na ebi kɔ saa nti number 9 na yɛ stable ne 58 menim sɛ ebi mu yɛ musua na ɛhyiahyia ne adɔfoɔ bebree nti yɛ numbers no ɛyɛ bɛyɛ double na ɛwɔ hɔ na yɛhu sɛ adɔfoɔ bi de ɔdɔ abobɔ dom a daa ne daa nyinaa mo ne yɛ ɛsom ɛwɔ ha nti mɛfa akwanya yi so abobɔ din kakra sɛnea daa yɛyɛ no sɛ mebɔ din na woyɛ Safoba, Brazil Safoba, anaasɛ Antwerp Safoba, na waka amen na ayɛ atoa so ama asraafoɔ no akɔ aba soronko kwan so nti din a ɛdi nka ɛwɔ ha ɛyɛ yɛ maame a n'ayɛ sister Beatrice Ochre sɛ mpatwɛ wɔ hɔ a ne dim kɛ wobɛma yɛate wo nka baabi a wokasa firi ɔde ɔinvite wɔ ne ama wakɔ aba soronko kwan so paa sɛ yɛ maame a n'ayɛ sister ɛwɔ so a okay, mehwɛ so asɛ yɛ sister ɛnni so sesi a nti yɛbɛkɔ yɛ anim deɛ ɔtoa so yɛ yɛ papa na bra Daniel Japan nim sɛ wɔ so okay patwɛ wɔ hɔ a mpatwɛ bɛma yɛate ho nka
Ada acho msumo ndamasi mamunyi na yonko donso.
Biakoye.
Me father na a link in my journey na make us a free Asia side Bahrain. Any Pastor Samson and I Zoom prayers nene. In the odo abebo odo. Tise muhuma ha na me father and Pastor Samson Zoom and in Abisha ewa ndamas.
Amen. Penny Yankupon Israel pa from Asia pa nti agye for yɛsɛ kase share link no ɛkɔ akyire pa nti yɛsɛ nyinaa sɛ ɛnyɛ Penny Daniel Japan Yankupon Israel pa Sister Doris there ne da yɛte wo nka nti Sister Doris bi wafidie na ka amen kɛseɛ pa Doris Germany.
Amen.
Sister Doris, nyame nhyira pa sɛ
Amen.
na wɔtwe mu nyinaa ne yɛ ɛwɔ ha nso. Deɛ ɔdi hɔ nso yɛ yɛ maame a na yɛ Sister Florence. Patro, obɛtumi ama yɛate wo nka.
Yo, me pacho, I'm Pastor Florence, me wɔ Holland. Na Sister Comfort or Antwerp, ɔno na ɔde link in mami. Nti me so me dɛm ase sɛ I invite my mama betie nsɛm papa awurade ɛde bɔ yɛ.
Amen. Nyame nhyira paa yɛ maame sɛ ne nso ɔjoin ne yɛ. Okay, yɛtoa so no Nana ama nso patro ɔte yɛn nka Nana ama.
Me pacho, me so me wo Leuven, Belgium. Me pacho Evangelist Chasapia. Ena de link ni mami. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Yama wakwa papa nyame nhyira sɛ daa ne bɛ nyinaa ɔne yɛ nso ɛsom ɛwɔ ha paa nyame nhyira. Edin a ɛtoa so yɛ Mr. Steven and Bra Steven. Patro sɛ ɔwɔ hɔ a. Bra Steven. Okay. Bra Steven timi mbie na fidie no. Nso yɛma wakɔ aba paa sɛ ne nso ɔne yɛ ɛsom ha Nyankopɔn nhyira paa nim sɛ daa ne da nyinaa ɛfiri ɔkyena so wokɔ nyinaa ne yɛ ɛbɛtoa so asom. Ebiem nso yɛ maame a na yɛ Sister Victoria Owusu. Sisi a deɛ menhu no ɛwɔ so. Yɛma ɔno nso akɔ aba baabi a ɔwɔ biara no nso nyame nhyira no. Ɛna deɛ twa to a menyaa wɔ ha ɛyɛ Wɔfadan. Mpakyɛ Wɔfadan wɔ hɔ a mpakyɛ ɔbɛma yɛate wo nka. Biakoye.
So madam ase samaje fa so me ne nua Daniel Japan nyinaa na wɔ biayɛ faako ɛyɛ Asia Bahrain nyinaa yɛ wɔ faako ɛja ne papa share link na my ɔyɛ elder back in Ghana and I share the journey group ya da mase sɛ ja mama yɛn so yɛate insurance na me sure
nyame nhyira wo paa Wɔfadan sɛ mo nso matumi abɛjoin ne dwumadie no ma ɛyɛ kamakama. Menim sɛ adɔfoɔ bebree wɔ so. Menim sɛ obi wɔ so na mantumi ammɔ ne din a anaasɛ ɔde din bi bae na ebi a mantumi antwerɛ a mesrɛ wo a wobɛtumi akasa ne ama wakɔ aba.
Hello.
Hello.
Patrol Brad Steven na mitimi ye link no. Nti na ma me
Okay.
late no.
Okay, open is the okay,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Okay, good.
Ye nye hoho ya dada
Yeah,
funi
yeah.
bi.
Okay, good. Okay,
Yes.
a
I'm
beautiful,
say bra Thomas Owusu so or UK. I'm say me hono no so Thomas Owusu.
okay, Brad Thomas Owusu, Yamakwaba pa. So when Odi can boy and pie and my okay, Yamanakwaba, I think so, free so kakra. Okay, good. But maybe will be answering Yankupon in Shrano say, and then so joining a group for Yankupon shy say, and it's me joining Jumedi no pa na chichiri ebemuno in Kababy Anka Omina be free so and answer in Yabotre a chain Yankupon in ma or the Nasem and so a bray announcement I come away Yamia Dumochna tradition na traditional day senior Sabbath school for my who 13 Sabbath no a traditional day. Yɛahofadeɛ nyinaa yɛsɛ yɛ traditionally na ɛboa ma represent the culture nature a ɛwɔ yɛn mu no na saa de Kristo som no adi kyerɛ afoforɔ nti yɛsɛ nyinaa sɛ yɛnyɛ no saa na mmoa ebiom nso sɛnea yɛkaeɛ no yɛba a ɛfa yɛaduane sɛm no obiara nyɛ kakra mmra sɛnea yɛba a nkakra saa no yɛn nyinaa yɛn nsa bɛtumi akɔ yɛn ano na yɛtumi adidi yɛn ho nkɔmmɔ na yɛde nkabom so aba yɛasafo yi mu na ama asafo no so atu mpɔn nti yɛda yɛn nyinaa yɛn ho ase sɛ yɛbɛyɛ no saa ama biribiara yɛ kamakama aha ne announcement na wie mɛgya mu ama ɔpanin Malcolm.
Ɔpanyin Sam yɛ da ase. Yɛbɛsere na Esther Brown ana Maxwell mo de ɔmo mbɛyɛ program kyena no aba names na aba. Na mo de mo ɔmo amesɛ wɔn yɛ amomo ɔmo so.
Mpakyɛ kafra ɛwɔ mo ha nti ma membobɔ ɛwɔ ha sɛsi a mo nkafra. Okay, nyame adom a ɔkyena ɔno obɛdi dwumadie ni ɔpanin Gabriel Harrison ɛna ɛyɛ coordinator. Your opening song no nso yɛ maame Gloria Kwanza ɛna opening prayer no nso yɛ maame Faustina nti amoa no bɛbɔ ama yi. Damase.
Okay, ɔpanyin yɛ da ase. Sɛ announcement ne nyinaa asi deɛ a yɛbɛma yɛn nyinaa ho mespa.
Amen.
We'll lie to God in prayer when we don't rely on Him after prayer. Cast your cares unto the Lord and rest them there. Emmaus,